Okay, so when we look at our basic scaling methodology, right, the basic scaling method, it's real simple. And yes, I gave you an entire screen just for this. But don't worry, I give you some cool little green tracer here. Anyways, the point of what I wanted to really get to with this, and this, I didn't consider this as one of the rules. Like I gave you those 5 rules previously, because this is more just basic fundamental. This is how it works, right? And so I didn't want to misconstrue anything, especially when we get into like other advanced methods with like things we can do and little tricks we can make, and duplicating ad sets, and then increasing budgets that way. This is our basic scaling method. Okay. And so for this to work, right, we have to have, well, for any scaling to work, really, we have to have campaigns that are successful. Okay. And success obviously is solely determined on you. You're the business owner, you're the marketer, you're the entrepreneur, you're running the show, right? So I say that, but what I mean is, hey, pay attention to what you're doing. All right. So when we look at scaling, success has to be occurring, and that success really is the accumulation of data. Okay. And when we look at the budgets that we're spending, because this really comes down to a budget, right? If we're spending $10 a day or $100 a day, and we want to get to spend $1,000 a day or $5,000 a day or whatever it is, that takes time because the algorithm will be running, and it'll be basically teamed up and firing on all cylinders for the specific ad set and campaigns that you have running. Okay. Hope I'm not confusing you here, but basically it's like this. You have this advanced learning mechanism called the algorithm, Facebook's algorithm, and it is running, and you've given it a budget, and you've built a campaign, you built the ads, and it's running smoothly, and you're getting X conversions per day, whether it's leads or purchases, doesn't matter. It's just running smoothly day after day, just grinding through. Okay. And then you're like, you know what? This is working really well. I want to throw more money at it. So then you want to increase the spend. If you were to just go and increase it by from $100 a day to $1,000 a day, well, guess what? That whole algorithm now has to shift and reset and start looking at all of its data points and increasing where it sends it out to, pulling people out of these buckets and targeting these folks and doing all these things, right? So if we want to maximize the success we've already gained, right, instead of risking a whole other completely new change in the algorithm, what we want to do is how we're going to scale is we're going to increase our budget by 20% every 24 hours. Now, I didn't even spell every right. Look at that. But the point is it's not one day. It's every 24 hours. Okay? And 24 hours is the minimum. You can let it run a little bit longer. That's fine. But don't let it run any less. So, and I gave you a conservative number here so you can remember it. 20% increase in every 24 hours. So if you're spending $100 a day, okay, you can increase it to 120 and then wait 24 hours. And then after that, you can increase it to 144, I think, another 20%. So every 24 hours, you can increase it by 20%. Same thing if it's just $10 a day. Same thing as if it's $10,000 a day, right? 20% increase every 24 hours. Just drop that up as a note somewhere. Keep this as your basic scaling method. This will work every time. It just requires patience and due diligence. Okay?